So I made this app for one reason, which is to stop doom scrolling. So as I'm recording this video, version 1.2.8 is out. So that is what I'm going to be giving a walkthrough of. By the time you're watching this, there may be a different version. And right now 1.2.8 has not been released, but it might release in a couple of days by the time this video is out. So this is relevant to you. It's pretty simple actually. This app is made to stop doom scrolling and to block reels and YouTube shorts and apps, and you can enter your focus mode. I will be showing all of the features right here. So let's first open the app. You can download it straight from Android and or my website, which I will give here or in the link in the description. If you've already downloaded, you can watch this and do it along with me. So I will be going through the setup process and also how it works, and I'll be showing you a demonstration of all the features. Okay, once we open the app, we have the onboarding process. This is made so simple and intuitive to user. And so I really hope this is like easy for a user to use, like for anyone to use, even someone who is not technical. So I can just click continue and it says what the app is about, and you can click next and it asks for notification permission. This will be used when you get a notification or like a status of what your current state of blocking is, and it's very useful. Next, I will be needing the accessibility access. So accessibility access is going to be used for blocking the actual reels and YouTube shorts. Now I'm giving the permission here. In some phones you will not find it directly. You will have to go inside downloaded apps or installed apps and read the agreement and then click it. And I know it is very scary because it says it has control over your screen and all, but trust me, it is only used for blocking. And it also needs usage access, which my device is automatically provided. In some cases it might not, in which case you can enable it. It's not mandatory, but if you have it, your experience will be better. I'll explain you why. And it also asks for battery optimization, which it didn't ask here, but yeah. And it will show you what's the latest version. Right now it is 1.2.8, and these are the new features that I ship. And every week or so I'll be trying to ship a new feature as much as possible, as much as this app requires it. So yeah, you'll be getting frequent updates. So this is the home screen. It's very simple. The main button here is the toggle. You turn it on or off. When you turn it on, all the reels and YouTube shorts of these app listed will be blocked. Instagram reels, YouTube shorts, X videos, Twitter videos, Snapchat Spotlight, and YouTube Music. Yes, even YouTube Music has its own form of shorts, which also is blocked by my app. So we can just try going to Instagram and try to go to the reel section. It won't work. And you go to the explore page and try to watch any reel here. It won't work. It'll just push you off. So this is the main functionality of the app, is that you can't watch reels. I will also show you in YouTube. So the shorts tab doesn't work. It might take a split second to detect, but then it will stop you from doom scrolling. And you can always toggle apps on or off. Like if this is off and the toggle is still on, you can still watch Instagram reels. So if you want blocking for all the other apps and just not for a single app, you can also do that. Maybe you want to see YouTube shorts, but then you don't want any other apps, so you can use that here. And there is this option called scroll pass. Scroll pass, what it does is basically I can set a time limit. Let's say I am going to watch reels for 3 minutes and then I want it to kick me out, obviously. I mean automatically. Like maybe I won't remember to turn it off by myself. I won't have the self control, and I want the app to do it for me. So I can set a timer for like 3 minutes, and I can confirm a lock. It says 3 minutes unprotected allowance, and then cool down for 7 minutes. So after locking, there's always a cooldown because you don't impulsively go and turn it on again. And right now it is logged off. So if I try to switch it on, it won't. I have to triple tap to switch it on, which I want. But now I will let me just like scroll for a few minutes. Let's just watch some reels. And I come here. There's an automatic saying auto on and how many minutes left. So if I turn it off, turn it on like this, it will go into a lock mode where I can't turn it on again for the next 7 minutes. So after the cooldown is down, you can turn it on. And there's also a daily limit mode which I didn't show you, but a daily limit, what it does is after your session of, let's say, 5 minutes or 10 minutes or like 1 hour, you whatever time you define, and after you scroll, it will block you, and then you won't be able to turn it off for the entire day. So that is if you want to set a daily timer and then you want to go for it. So the next feature is app block. App block, what it does is you can block entire apps instead of just reels, and you can obviously, like, it will suggest you what the highest used apps for the day are. That is why we need the usage access earlier. If you didn't give usage access, then you won't get this section. You can directly only list all the apps, and there are folders which you can lock. So folders are basically containers where you can add multiple apps, and when you lock them, it all locks at the same time. So now all these apps are locked, so I can't open any of them. And if I try to open like WhatsApp, say, it locks me out. And it's very simple, it's very straightforward. I can turn it off anytime, or if I want to set a timer, let's say for 5 minutes, you can block it for 5 minutes, and then it gives you a confirmation because you won't be able to unlock it during that 5 minutes. So let's say I open block ops apps for 5 minutes, and then it starts a timer here, and then it also tells you how much time is left that you need to block. And you can obviously block other apps at the same time, let's say clock, and you can turn them off, but then you won't be able to turn off the apps that are blocked by a folder. And yeah, you can always create a new folder, and you can name them. Let's say you go to gym and then you doom scroll in gym. Let's say you can create a new folder called gym, and you can add the apps that you wanted blocked in the gym. Let's say Instagram, and this is Instagram Lite, and Twitter, or X, and then YouTube also you don't want to watch. So you do all that, and Netflix also. Like, what if you don't want to watch Netflix during the gym? So you can do that, and you can save it. And then when you wait, yeah, tick, and you can save it. And when you lock it, the entire things will be locked. So let's say Instagram and Netflix are locked from the gym folder. So this is a folder that you can use, and you can also use like individual apps. Like, let's say Chrome, I want to block for 35 minutes. I can just block it easily. And if I add a custom time, I can add it up to 24 hours. So it doesn't let you more than 24 hours, because I don't want people to accidentally lock themselves for like days, and not able to be unlocking it. So maximum you can go is 24 hours and 59 minutes, I guess. No, it's only 24 hours. And yeah, this is a feature that addition that is an addition to the scroll block. It's also useful to block entire apps. So the next feature I want to let you know is stats. So stats is basically, it shows you an overview of all the videos that you watched. I mean, and how much time you have spent. So for example, in the small example session, I have watched 15 videos. So it counts all the videos, and it shows how much videos you watched, what's the stat percentage. Let me just import my data which I've been using from a lot of months, so you get an idea of how it's going to look. You can always import and export your data. It's very simple. Let's go to the activity. Yeah, I've watched 9,000 videos in my lifetime. That is from 5th February 2026, and it's been like 2.5 months. So this is really insightful, because most of my friends who have watched, they've watched a lot of videos, and then they see this, and then they realize how much time they spent, and then they try to reduce it. So this is really great. So you have a lot of stats. One is the number of videos and interventions. Interventions are nothing but the number of blocks that have been done by the app. So in the past week, I have been having 69 interventions and 1,034 videos watched, and I can see how many videos watched in YouTube, Instagram, and X. So this gives a proper understanding of what my usage is and where my time is being spent, and it also shows a graph of, like, average how much interventions per day you need, or average how many videos you watch. So weekly average, I end up watching like 148 videos, or spend like half an hour a day watching reels and YouTube shorts. and maybe in lifetime I spent like 36 minutes. So you can see weekly it has definitely decreased. You can also see feedback here, if you've increased or decreased. So that's going to give you more insights. And my favorite feature is the usage heat map. So usage heat map, nothing but it shows you what time you watch the most. So the reds are the highest. If you go top three, it shows the reds are the highest. So I end up watching Tuesday 4 p.m. 26 minutes, and then Tuesday 6 p.m. 25 minutes. So these are the times I spent this week, and you'll also be able to see this month's and your lifetime view. You can see I've not watched during 4 to 6 a.m. That's because I was asleep, and I've also doom scrolled during the night, and most times which I've doom scrolled is during 8 to 10 p.m. So the next feature is focus pattern radar. It shows you what time you've spent the most compared to yesterday. Right now I don't have much data because I've not watched reels yesterday and today. But if I go to see last week, let's say 6 p.m. I've spent this week. Uh, on an average, I've spent a lot on 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. or 4 p.m. I've watched compared to last week. Compared to last week, I've watched at 2 a.m.s and 12 p.m.s. You know, and you can also see this month versus lifetime. So I've obviously watched a lot more this month. I mean, the last 30 days compared to the entire lifetime of the app's data. And obviously this insight, it gives you it. I don't think any other apps in the category gives you, and it's very, it puts into perspective like how you spend your time. And there's also the activity log. It shows exactly what you have spent. Let's say I watched a focus session, and then I exited early, and I watched reels in X. It says all that. And yeah, let me just again show you what the day passes. Day limit, you set a day limit, and then it cooldowns 12 a.m. of that night. So that is day limit. And you go to routines. Routines is one of my most favorite features. So what routines does is you can automate your blocking and unblocking. You don't have to manually do it. Let's say you want it on during a certain time, and then you don't want to remember coming and switching it on. You can do it by setting a routine. By default you'll get two routines, which is nightly wind down and vegan detox. But you can also create new routines. You can give them a name, let's say test, and then, or maybe gym time, and saving time during gym. And it's going to be daily. Maybe let's say I go to gym at 5 in the evening, and then end it by 7 on most days. Okay, wait, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And or if you send a no end time, it keeps running until you can manually come and disable it. But if you keep no end time, you will not be able to keep strict mode, because then you won't be able to disable it. So let's just keep it like this. And what are the actions that you want in this routine to happen? So first and foremost, I don't want to scroll, so let's just keep scroll block switch on. And then second, let's lock a folder called social media. I don't want to watch social media when I scroll, so let's lock social media. And then let's also put our focus mode on essentials. I will show you what focus mode is, and I'll make the duration full routine, and I'll save it. So what this does is it is on. So if it is on, automatically when the time comes, when it's 5 p.m., it will turn on. Right now I'll just change the time so that you can see how it is going to be. Let's say 8 p.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow, which is going to be 23 hours. You can also say 24 hours, but then generally it's not recommended. Like, in emergency cases, you don't want to lock yourself out of apps. So it doesn't allow 24 hours entirely. You should always have like a 1 minute gap where you can come and turn off. But then, yeah, that is something that I have decided as a developer to prevent abuse, or accidentally locking yourself. So yeah, as soon as this I switched it on, the routine started, and it says it put me in, focus mode. Focus mode is environment where only the apps you choose will be there. uh, Maybe I can hold to exit. It says, okay, It's fine, but then it is still on. So focus mode, it's turned on and it exited. And there's also an option where focus mode is strict mode. So and until the routine ends, you won't be able to exit it. But I will come into focus mode later. So right now you'll be able to exit the focus mode even when you're in a routine. But then the other things, other things, will still be intact. So I'll just exit once and just to show you. Scroll block is still switched on. You won't be able to switch it off. The scroll pass is not on, and it is not able to do it because of the routine. And the folder is also switched on. Social media switched on, and you can't edit the folder during the routine. You won't be able to remove apps and suddenly and bypass. You can scroll or something, and it is still locked. So once the routine is over on 7 p.m., it will automatically turn off. Let's Okay. This is annoying. Um, let's just remove the focus mode for now and then put it like 23. Okay, it's going to turn off in a minute, and when it turns off automatically, the scroll block will also be able to be edited. Right now it will still stay on because, but then you'll get the option to come and turn it off. What I generally use routines is for this nightly wind down, and I really find it useful because from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. it automatically turns off, turns on scroll block, and then um, it blocks my social media folder, and I won't be able to watch social media or any of these apps during the night time, which is very useful because I will be the most time I spend, which I've seen here, is because I spend it during the night time. And usually that's why you see here it's very less after 9 p.m. After 10 p.m. you see 0000. That's because of the routine, because I've turned it off and I don't really need to doom scroll, and I can work on my other stuff like work or read books and spend my time in a different way. So after 22 after the minute, after the time, it is turned off automatically, and then it'll still stay on, and it's gonna start again the next day. What you can do is, when a routine is on, let's say 25, when a routine is on and then you long press it, you can either lock the routine, so, and or you'll be able to edit it while it is still on, which is not ideal. But then if you put strict mode on, you won't be able to turn it off during the time. Right now, even if it is still waiting to turn off, I can turn it off anytime. But if I put strict mode on, I won't be able to do it. So, and you can also go put strict mode on a running routine by long pressing it. It says locked. And it also, you can, if you long press a strict routine which is active, you will be able to delete it after the routine ends. So if I click delete, it won't delete immediately. It will wait till the routine ends, and then it will automatically delete. So that is a feature which I found useful. Maybe a one time routine, maybe for exams, I'm only setting it for a few minutes, which I can also do using custom. Let's say my exams are 24th to 27th. I can only set these routines for 4 days, where from morning 4 a.m. to evening 9 p.m. I won't be able to watch Instagram, and I can only block an app called Instagram, um, or I can block a folder called social media. So I won't be able to do anything, and I can turn switch strict mode on. So for these 4 days, which I've selected, from 4 a.m. to 9 p.m., I won't be able to doom scroll. So this is something that is very useful, and as you can see, it deleted after the routine got over. I found very useful, and it is something I really enjoyed making, and I hope people use it. This is a premium feature. It's not free, but then if it's only for the people who found value in it, and I don't think everyone needs it. I don't think everyone needs to have a routine setup. You can always just turn it off and on. You can use it casually. You can use this for free. All these are free. Only routines is the only premium feature, along with a few other features which I'll be showing. So the next thing is focus mode. Focus mode takes you would have seen focus mode in action during a routine, but let me show it to you again. Focus mode takes your phone environment and change it into a minimalistic setup where you only have the apps that you select, and we have different packs for different scenarios. Let's say essentials, maybe I'm going on a no phone outing to with my friends, and I don't want my phone to be, bombarded with notifications, and I don't want to keep using apps that I don't use. So essentials will only have music, messages, phone, maybe a payment app, and WhatsApp maybe for communication. You can always edit it, you can always add and remove apps that you don't want. Uh, but then by default these are the apps that you get. And the apps that are generated is the apps that have the highest usage. For example, it chose Apple Music because that is the highest music app that I used in the last week. So in the last week I listened more music in Apple Music rather than YouTube Music or Spotify. So it chose Apple Music. So that is something that is taken from the usage access, which I've spoken before. If you don't have usage access, maybe it will just take a generic app which you might not use, but you can always edit it out because the essentials folder is always free. Using the other packs is a premium feature. Having more than one pack is a premium feature, but you can have packs for different scenarios. Let's say for studying, I need calculator, clock, drive, keep notes, and yeah, that's it. I don't need anything else for studying, so I'll just have these four apps. Or a commute, so I can have Ola, Uber to book rides, and then Spotify, YouTube Music. So just for commute, maybe I can add a payment app here just to pay for the driver, or can have a walk app. If when I go walking, I don't need anything else. Maybe I'll check my fitness, I'll check my habits app, I'll check my play console because I've been working on this app when I'm on a run or a walk. And maybe I'll listen to some podcast, so or listen to music. So I can have the apps that I only need, and I can put them in a pack. So once I choose a pack, I'll be able to select how long this focus session is. So you can be perpetually turning it on with none, or you can have like custom time, or you can also set a custom time. Let's say 57 minutes. That's very specific, but what if I need 57 minutes of focus? And one thing is keep going after timer ends. So after 57 minutes ends also, it'll keep going, and then you have to manually turn it off. Or you can do a strict mode. So when you do strict mode, you can't do a keep timer off until the timer ends. Strict mode in the sense, if it's 57 minutes, you can't turn it off until the 57 minutes are over. So right now I will be showing you maybe like, no, let's just try once. I'll start the essentials, and let's say let's do 1 minute, and we'll keep this on, and let me start focus. So it only has the apps that I use. If I go to home screen or anything, it's going to bring me back to this environment. Or you know or if I have my WhatsApp here, I have my messages here, I can always use my messages. Or I can always use my camera is always on when I do it. Let's say, yeah, camera is always on. You can always use camera, or you can call people. Or even if the settings app isn't there, um, even if the settings app isn't listed here, you can always access settings, because those are crucial apps that I think are needed in any scenario. What if the app malfunctions, or you need an emergency, you'll be able to go here, maybe delete the app. If there's an emergency, you need something else. I'm always giving options, not to slack off, but then to prepare for the worst, because you don't want this to mess up anything else, right? So it also has a timer here. It shows how long is left. So right now it's like completely done because 1 minute is done, and it says timer, and it's still focusing because we have that feature where it's continuing. So we can exit and focus for 1 minute, done. And then I'm back home. That's my dog, by the way. It's very cute. So let's come back to the app. I think these are the most features that I've done. And if you have subscribed to the premium version, you can also check your status here. So right now I'm on the monthly plan, and I can switch plan. Maybe I can switch to a yearly plan or a lifetime plan. I can switch, and then I can upgrade by paying to Google, and then immediately it'll upgrade in the next cycle. Or I can add my email, so that if I get a new phone, and if I just add my email, it'll fetch my old purchases. Or you can also do that using restore purchases here, which Google will handle it by itself, and if you've already purchased, it'll enable premium for you. So these are some of the premium features that I've also showcased. So one of the premium feature is widgets. Widgets are some of my favorite features in ScrollBlock because it gives you access in home screen. Let me just show you how I use my widgets. Uh, so this is my home screen. So this is how I use my widget. I have a big toggle here. This is one of the widgets. This is a very my this is my favorite widget. So usually doing an animated widget in Android is very hard, but then ScrollBlock provides you with a very clean animation, so you can turn it off and turn it on. It works the same as this. So when I turn it on here and I go back here, it also turns on in the widget, and you can turn it off here and then you can go back here. It turns off in the app. So this is connected to the app. So let's say you want to send a reel to a friend, and you have it in your home screen. You can just turn it off and you can send a reel to a friend. And one more widget is the heat map widget, which shows you the heat map. So it shows you all the three: weekly, monthly, and lifetime. This is weekly, monthly, and lifetime view. This is me and my dog, by the way. And then we also have interventions and videos watched. So this shows how many interventions we have uh, over the week lifetime. And then when you tap it, it opens the app. When you tap on the sides, it toggles between the versions. Tap it in center, it opens the app. And same thing with videos watched this week lifetime today. And there are a lot of customizations also you can do in the app. For example, you don't want the persistent notification to always be over here. You don't want to easily block or resume the blocker. You can turn it off and then this won't disturb you. You can keep your notification bar clean, or I like to keep it on because I like to turn it off at times. And block notification when the app is blocked. So this requires notification access, which I will give now. So what happens is, when my app is blocked in a folder, let's say social media, let's say my WhatsApp is blocked and someone sends me a message, I won't get the notification here. I'll only get it after I unblock it. I can go view block notification. Right now there are no notifications, but when I get a message, I will get it there. I won't get it immediately. So once maybe I can only respond after my focus session. I don't want, when my app is broken, if I get a call, if I get a message, I don't want to text using the notification service because that defeats the point. So I can use that, and I like to keep it off because I don't really uh, receive any texts, but it's fine. So focus timer countdown. So I will show you. I will block this app for 5 minutes. Okay, and I will show you how it works. This timer will be showed when I block the app. And then we also have focus mode controls. So either you can have a grid or a list, or you can have a minimalist mode. So I will show you how minimalist mode looks. Minimalist mode looks like this. It just has the app names. You can open and you can listen to music, and you can close, and you'll get it like this. Or you can have a grid, and you can also choose the background color, usually black or brown. um, let's say this is the grid view. You have the grid of apps here. So these are customizations that I like. I usually use the list view, and I like to see my logo, so I keep this on. And this is the default, by the way. If you need to edit it, that is only possible in the premium version. And then this is the data. So I don't collect any data. No data goes outside the device, except maybe your billing status or anything that relates to Google Play billing. Maybe that is being collected, but nothing of your usage data is uh, used. So you can either turn auto backup on. You'll be able to auto backup to local. So every night at 140 or something, your usage data will be stored. And when you delete an app by mistake or anything, like you saw how I imported my data, you can always import it, or you can export it manually also. So you can export it and you can save, and this data will be stored. And the next time you have a new phone or you want your data back, you can always recover from the last saved backup. So I think that covers most of the features that the app provides. um, you can always reach out to me using the feedback button in the app, and I will reply or you can rate the app. So right now there's only like 22 reviews. If I get more reviews, it will push the app to be a better ranking, and I'll get more downloads, and that'll be really useful. So I really built this app because this is something that I wanted to use personally, and this is something that I'm grateful for a lot of people, messaging me that they like the app. So yeah, this is something nice, and this is the entire walkthrough of the app. If you have any other queries, you can let me know in the comments. I will reply. And if you've tried the app out, just let me know how it is. If you like it, or if you don't like it, or if you want the premium version, maybe I can work it out so that I can give you like a few months for free. But you have to personally message me for that, using the feedback. So yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed, or you understood how this app works. Yeah, peace.